Hey y'all, Hot Rod Dad here. Today I've got a quick little tech tip for you, and it's for any of you guys still holding on to the old Quadrajet carburetors that's experiencing a fuel starvation problem or a stumbling problem under load. I've been chasing a similar issue with old Oscar here on and off for months. I finally found the culprit, and that is this little devil right here, and I'm going to show you why. So stay tuned. When I first built this truck, I picked up this really super low mileage 350 out of an 82 Corvette. The car only had 43,000 original miles on it, and the owner was upgrading to a 383 stroker. So I picked this engine up pretty cheap, and it ran great for months. And then it developed a stumbling issue or when it was under load, like when you were going up a hill or if you just put your foot in it. And what I suspected was the carburetor needed rebuilding because the modern ethanol gasoline finally got to the power valve and it was toast. And so I pulled the carburetor off and I rebuilt it, and it ran great for several months. And then it developed a similar issue again. As if it were the power valve, it would stumble under load. So this time I went through all the ignition. I replaced the spark plug wires. I went through the distributor, checked everything out on that end just to make sure that it was not an ignition problem. So I determined it had to be fuel. And the way I verified that was when it started to stumble, I absolutely put my foot in it. So it got to the point where it just died out. I coasted to the side of the road and I got out and I actuated the linkage on the carburetor and looked down the throat to see if it was putting any fuel down the throat of the carburetor, and it was not. So that told me it was a fuel starvation issue. To get to the fuel filter, what you want to do is take this line loose and this fitting, and then behind there is a little well right in here, long ways, and you'll find that fuel filter in there horizontal like that. So what I found when I took this little filter out is what looks like a little rubber washer right here. But if you take that out, you just peel that off right there, you'll find out there's a little check valve in there. Just a little ball and a spring. What that is a drain back valve. What it does is keeps the gas from draining back out of the bowl of the carburetor if you leave the car sitting for a day or two. If the gas drains back out of the bowl, it creates a hard start problem. So this is what they did to keep the fuel in the bowl and to avoid that hard starting problem. This was getting stuck closed. Now it would allow just enough gas to go through there that the truck would run, and but when you put any serious load on it, the check valve would not allow enough fuel through the filter to run, and the bowl would run dry. So that's where the fuel starvation problem was coming from. Some cars had this check valve in it, some models didn't have it at all. I'm not sure that I'm going to need it in this application because I'm running an electric fuel pump, and I don't think that the fuel will drain back past the vanes in the fuel pump. So if you're experiencing a fuel starvation problem with your Quadrajet, this is just a quick little thing you can check. Who knows, it may be the source of your problem. I hope this helped you out. If it did, give a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And as always, y'all get out there and build something.